Hey everybody, it's Tyson Strachan here. Monday, October the 9th. Happy Thanksgiving to all you Canadian folks. Hope that you had a great weekend and got together with family. I know I had a nice FaceTime with mine last night. Um, Exciting also tomorrow night, opening night in the NHL. I know we've all been waiting for that. So officially, hockey season kicking off tomorrow, which is always a fun, night of the year. Really, we get just excited to get going. One last thing on the TD Schwab merger. Hopefully, I know we keep saying that, but just for those of you that were participants with TD merged over to Schwab. That happening, that first weekend in September. Just a heads up, you're going to receive two monthly statements coming up here. You're going to get one from TD, basically just showing the assets ending that first weekend in September, showing them transferred over to Schwab, and then you'll have your regular month end statement from Schwab. So just a heads up on that, not to worry. Want to touch on scams a little bit, which is a little bit, I don't know, I guess not our regular, but we're just one of those things that we're really seeing an uptick in. And also one of the things that's, really kind of blown me away is not just the uptick in them, but the sophistication of them. Whether it be email, phone. I'm not the most tech savvy, but just that word spoofing, right? Like being aware, it's crazy to see an email come in and it could be perfectly written, looks like it comes from your boss, says his name, but you have to go up, check that email address, and it'll be a totally different email address, not your boss at all. Federal agents, if you're getting phone calls from anybody claiming to be a federal agent, anything along those lines, and investment opportunities. There are just tons of these different types of scams. They're coming at you from all different angles. And again, the sophistication of it, they're really, you used to kind of think of them being, just not silly, but that you would be hard pressed to kind of fall for them. But they are really, really impressive. They're getting very tech savvy with these things. And just be aware. And if you're ever, something that comes across your email, phone, from a friend, anything, whether it be in an investment opportunity that just looks a little bit too good to be true, etc., you know, call us. If you get one of those phone calls that, says they're an agent with somebody, such and such agency, um, ask for their ID and just let them know. I'd say, I'm not comfortable speaking. Can I have your ID? Let me check it out. I'll call you back. Get that ID number. Go to that webpage, their website, and check in to make sure that that's legitimate. And if it is, one, they're not going to be asking you for credit card data, etc., social security numbers over the phone when they're calling you like that. But obviously, check out that ID number, make sure that it's okay, and then you can give them a call back if it's actually something that needs to be taken care of. Looking back last week, we saw a strong September jobs report, 336,000 jobs added, which I know this may sound, counterintuitive a little bit, but really at this stage of the economic cycle, that is a net negative for markets, just because, obviously the Fed mandate is inflation and jobs. Those are their two things that they have to take care of. So as we know, and we've talked about it a lot, coming out of the last Fed meeting and all of these Fed meetings, it's always, we're leaving it open to the data, right? And well, this is one of the strong data points, right? So, not to say that we think that they will raise rates upcoming, but it's definitely still on the table. And as long as the economy is clipping along, there's strong jobs reports coming in, stuff like that, it at minimum means that we're going to have these elevated rates for longer, right? They're not going to be apt to start cutting rates when they're seeing the economy continue. They're wanting to cool things down, try to slow things down. That's what they're doing with the rates, and so at least expect them to stay there while we're continuing to get data like this. The yields continue to jump up on that news rise. We've talked about this a lot, that inversion in the yield curve. Interesting. So we saw rates go the 2-year last week, jumped as high as 5.15. But the 30-year got all the way up to 5. So now, down to a 15 basis point spread where, again, just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about, 6 months back where you were talking over 1.17, I think was the number at that time. So 117 basis points of spread in that inversion. So that's interesting to watch that continue to lessen for sure. And then this week, we're going to have inflation data. That's something to look forward to, along with the hockey. So I hope everybody, again, has a happy Canadian Thanksgiving. For us down in the States, we'll have to wait another almost 2 months, I guess. But I hope everybody has a great start to their week. We'll talk to you soon.